So, did we talk about games?
Yes, I think I had
Uh,
talked about games.
Games, video games, so I discussed it a lot. Giving gifts, I think we also talked about gifts. Hello?
We talk. Yes, we have talked. We have
Giving gifts.
discussed this topic,
I
giving gift.
discussed this topic, giving gifts and taking gifts. Okay, telephoning. Okay, well, this is also part of your life. You are very much active in telephoning people because administration
I
works
think this is also we have discussed already.
telephoning.
Yes.
How do you make telephone calls? I don't think.
Okay, then
This.
then okay. Okay.
Okay. In this, the examiner asks the candidates about him, herself, his, her homework, or studies, and other family topics. And the
Okay.
example is telephoning. So let's begin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. How often do you make telephone calls?
I frequently use telephone because it is a part of my job as well, and my all conversation with the customer and with my subordinates. I conduct through a telephone, as well as I talk with my family when I was when I when I was I am not I okay. Yes, because due to my job, I go outside and I stay outstation. So I talk my family through telephone. So it is very important part of my life, and without this, the life will become very difficult, and no one will survive without telephone because it is a part of it become the part of life of everyone.
All right. Now, next is, do you spend, most time talking to on the telephone? You see, there are 16 hours, and do you speak on telephone at 1 hour? Your call duration
uh,
is at 1 hour?
yeah, no, I
Hello?
think it's more than 1 hour. It's around 2 to 3 hours which I talk on telephone, because I already told you I have a lot of discussion with my family, with my customer, with my colleagues, which I do, which I do with which I conduct on telephone. So it is very I think it is the only tool in which we can easily reach everyone, and we can easily communicate with everyone, whatever the person is there. So you can easily call them and ask about their about their health, about their situation, about the matters what they're facing. So even it is very important for us, because it's connect us with globally, because sometime we have our relatives are living uh, abroad. So previously it was very difficult to talk with them, because uh, in earlier time the mode of communication were very expensive. So we usually talk on like some events, but nowadays it is very convenient for everyone. Everyone has WhatsApp, everyone has social media, Facebook. So there is no difficulty to connect anyone, whatever they live in all over the world. So we can easily approach them, and we can easily access them. So I think it is very um, it is the biggest revolution of scientists in this earth. So without telephone, the life will become very bore, and the distance between us will widen. So this is very like revolutionary invention in this earth.
When talking on phone to your staff, as you told me that you are engaged in managerial job, so on telephone, do you make long telephone calls to your subordinates, or just try to be precise or short?
No, it's my call is very long. When I discuss with my subordinates on different issues like uh, uh, the issues which they are facing in the market, so I discuss with them, and I discuss with them very uh, in detail. So because these are the matters which we are regularly face in the market. Uh, so then after then I make solutions for their problem which they discuss with me. So then even then we usually make conference call. We engage all of team in one call. It is also a convenient way to talk each other, and we do like a meeting on phone call in which we can easily talk with each other, and everyone can easily give comment on our matters which we are facing. And I always keep my team with me, and I never take decisions without the consulting the team. So my all discussion with my team, maximum discussion with my team through telephone.
All right. So, when is that? The next question is, when do you think you will next make a telephone call? This is not
Sorry,
very, this is not a very good
when
question. When do you think that you'll make a telephone call next? Okay, very, I think shortly after 5 minutes, maybe. The question is that, when do you think you will next make a telephone call? So I think
uh,
just after the class, you will make a telephone call before sleeping.
yeah, because I will not call to anyone, but yes, sometime I call to my mother, because she is also taking classes of Quran,
Ah,
and she finish her classes around 12 to 12:15 a.m. So uh, sometime I call her and I ask about her health, and like her and inquire about either she take medicine or not, and she take milk or not. So uh, oftenly I call to my mother after class.
oh, all right. So I personally I can feel that it is very difficult for you not to make a call every half an hour. Is that the same?
Yes.
So, do you sometimes prefer to send a text message instead of telephoning?
A lot of time when I am busy, I involve in any meeting, and maybe I do some work on my laptop, and I have to put a lot of intention for that work. So and during these circumstances, or I usually drop text instead of I pick call and I explain everything. And sometime when I have to send some sort of numeric number and some sort of address, which is usually chances to wrong when I discuss these type of things on call. So uh, so then it is very important to you write and you text this type of thing. And the one most important thing, sometimes we have to document some things like our discussion with the supplier, with the customer, and our discussion which we have with client. So we have to document it. So we just write all the negotiation which we have done with him. So we just drop text message to him for record purpose. So maybe sometime uh, if anyone withdraw their commitment, so we can show those messages and ask him, this was our commitment, so this is not possible to withdraw your commitment. So lot of time when I do message instead of talking on call.
When you make a telephone call to somebody, is it you who speak more or the other person that you make telephone call to?
Definitely, when I do some call to my client or to other, so it depend upon on the call. Like if I call to some client, so most of the time I listen my client and I try to speak less, and I give time to him to speak. So because this is the way you reduce you solve the issue. So this is very important. First, I understand the problem, what the client is facing, and why the client is not satisfied. And when I talk with my subordinate, then definitely I speak more and I listen them. But because this these calls are just not only the discussion, these calls are just the learning call, and I explain them what are your learnings from those issues which we are not which we are facing, and how you can get learning from them, and how you can improve yourself, and you should also implement your like your corrective measurements. So this very when this vary between the person whom we are talking.
All right. So, how do you think that some ethics, what ethics can make telephone calling pleasant ones?
Sorry, can you please
Uh,
repeat it
what,
again?
what ethics, what manners of talking do you think that can make our call pleasant when we make a call to somebody? I'm telling you,
Yes,
when we
when
make telephoning pleasant.
yes, because first of all, when I call to anyone, we just inquire his health. We just inquire his uh, time of availability of his availability. If he's free, then we need to talk with them. Otherwise, we this is should be asked before, because it is the ethics of call. If you call anyone, if he's not picking your call, then you don't call him again and again, because it shows he's busy or he's sleeping or he's not uh, reach in his phone. That's why he's not picking your call. But uh, we call him again and again, and that give lot of irritation, botheration for him. So I think these are 2 to 3 issues uh, which we think before we call to anyone. And the one more thing is very important: when we sit in the gathering, at that time, I think whenever uh, when even I have call, and so we don't pick that call. We should not attend that call, and we should just participate in that meeting in which we are the part of that meeting, and we are discussing maybe some sort of serious discussion. But we avoid to pick any type of call, even until unless the call may be some emergency, but we avoid to take calls. So these are ethical issues, ethics which we have to consider before uh, call to anyone.
I have seen that some people speak very loudly on the telephone while making telephone call. So, what is your reaction? Do you mind that if people speak very loudly, ignoring their environment, that people are sitting around? Sometimes they are disturbing others, okay? They give unpleasant feelings when they are talking loudly, very loudly, being very selfish. So how do you react?
Yes, it is not good behavior or good talking style if anyone speak loudly or if anyone like mm, likes speak loudly, because it give lot of bad manners, and the people don't to like this type of manner, and people dislike them. And definitely the people who speak loudly, he disturb everyone who is sitting in the room and who is sitting in the in his office. Their colleagues are not satisfied with him because he feel disturbed whenever he receive any call or he talk with anyone. So I think these are the habits which, when we don't uh, when we don't highlight these habits in front of those person which are doing this type which are involving in this type of manner, so we should have to highlight them. We should give feedback them, and we should like realize them this is not a good way which you are adopting. And maybe he don't know, he does not know because he does not have that in his conscious level, and maybe he's these type of habits in his subconscious, and he does these things involuntarily. So I think we have to highlight and we have to realize them, and we have to give some sort of feedback them to change your habits. This is not good.
Do you think that females are more mannerly while talking on the phone?
Yes, it is true. Females are uh, more manners, and they have a lot of like discipline to talk with anyone, and they speak very smoothly, and they don't speak loudly. So and uh, um, I think this is also the part of our culture, and because we don't the uh, females are uh, not speak loudly because of our culture. So that's why this thing is because of this thing. So they speak smoothly, and they speak in a very um lighter way.
So, do you think that a female receptionist is more valuable to a firm or uh, when compared to a male receptionist?
Yes, because female receptionist is more better, and female receptionist is like more even attractive for the other, because she has well mannered. She has well presenting in very good way, and their talking style is very nice and decent, so that appeal to others. So people respect them, and people respect females because in receptionist a lot of people are waiting sit for some their turn. So that's why they sometimes they become very impatient. So when there's a female there, she managed uh, very easily, and the people also realize uh, because of uh, female, and they control themselves.
Okay. Now we come to part two. Okay, you will have to talk about the topic for 1 to 2 minutes. You have 1 minute to think about what you are going to say. You can make some notes to help you if you wish. So now today's topic is describe a journey by car, plane, boat that you remember very well. So this is very much because you are always on move, so you can easily do this. So tell us about the journey, you should say where you went, okay, how you traveled by car, train, or how, why you went on the journey, and explain why you remember this journey very much. Okay, so these are the 4 points that you have to cover. And now, 1, 2, 3, Mike, over to you. Describe a journey.
I would like to tell you about my journey, which I had done after my wedding, and me and my wife both planned to go Turkey, and initially that was not succeeded because of um, we were not uh, we were not getting visa, but after some time we received visa and we went there. uh, that was very amazing time which we spent, because uh, uh, we spent all the time alone, and uh, we explored we did explore all the Istanbul city, which was very uh, fantastic. And their historical places which we were seeing there was amazing. And especially the Blue Mosque was uh, uh, great architect of Turkish. And we also seen uh, uh, the church who's famous, who was Hagia Sophia, and now it is now it's converted into mosque. So we enjoyed a lot. We enjoyed their cuisine that was very popular in all over the that is very popular in all over the world. So especially the Sikandar kebab, that that were fantastic. So we tried there, and we traveled over the sea as well. We went to uh, Princess Island on boat, and we during the traveling, that was amazing experience, because it was first time when we traveled on sea. And we sat on top of the ship, rooftop of the ship. So we enjoyed the wind. We enjoyed the view which we were seeing over the ship, and we saw the city that was seeing like fantastic view of city. So we visited Ireland. That was also a great place which I visited in my life. And after that, when we came back from the island, so we went to Bosphorus, and we enjoyed there, and we enjoyed dinner in ship on ship. And lot of things which we had done there. So the trip was very amazing, and we remembered this trip in whole life. And it was fantastic, and it was tremendous. And we have a lot of memories which attached with this trip. And usually we recall all of memories, all of events which we had done there. So this was my trip, which journey, which I explained you.
All right. Very nice. And now in the part 3, discussion topics, there's the one basic question is cropping up in my mind. Do you think that it is very necessary for everybody that he should travel to distant places, north, east, what they should say, and east, west, north, south? Do you think it is important that one should um, visit at least 3 to 4 times to distant places in different directions?
Yeah, this is very important because if this will explore the vision of everyone, and that's why I believe that the person should travel in different regions to explore the country, explore the culture, and explore the tradition of the people, and meet different variety of people, and try different cuisine that give you a lot of confidence, and that give you a lot of experience which you face during traveling and uh, during your journey. So I think it is very important part for development of anyone to explore everything, every region in the country. That give lot of maturity, that give lot of experience. So uh, this is, I think, the journey everyone should be uh, make habit of journey. This give lot of like uh, lot of experiences.
Okay, do you think that government should support in this matter? The government should give all the expenses, tickets, and everything to everybody to make at least three journeys in one's life from 20 to 40 years of age.
Yes, the government should do that. Should to sponsor people to go outside and to visit the different countries. Uh, but the most important thing which we have to develop our country as like that, the uh, people come in our country from abroad for tourism, and we have to explore our country in front of them. So we have everything in our country, and we this will help for us to this will strengthen our economy, and this will also like to uh, promote our culture to spread in all over the world. So that's why I think it is very important to make in that environment which attract to others, that comfortable environment which attract the foreigner to come in Pakistan and to come in my country and to visit and to explore our northern areas, southern areas. These are all fantastic areas. So I think the government should focus to improve our infrastructure and to assure to provide peace for foreigners, and uh, like the acceptance of northern areas to accept the foreigners western culture. This is very important to develop for the development of tourism.
Do you think that it will be that a nation will be more civilized when people are offered or facilitated a journey abroad, as you said,
Sorry,
sponsored? And do you think that
not getting.
nation, Pakistan nation, with the people of Pakistan, they will be more civilized when they visit to other countries, they're facilitated by the government or sponsored by the government, as you say?
Yes, you are right. They will be more civilized because they will see their practices, they will see their laws, how the West are following their country's laws, and how they are following and they are adopting and they're paying the tax to government, and how they trust their governments, and uh, how the governments are doing uh, work for their development and for their uh, uh, to improve their lifestyle. So this will help us more because the people demand these type of things for our country as well. Even right now, they don't know what the Western governments are providing their nations, and but when we adopt this practice and we send people to go abroad to learn from them and to implement those type of practices in our country and to improve uh, the the standard and to improve the lifestyle of our country. of the people of our country. So it is very important, and the idea is very the idea will very flourish, and it will give a lot of benefit to raise the standard of society.
Do you think that people in a firm should be sent to other countries one by one for professional courses or professional training and financed by your firm or some other things? There are
Yeah,
very big firms.
yes, the government is doing this thing already, and the government is like is the government is providing a lot of opportunities in shape of scholarship to students to go abroad and to get knowledge from there and to serve in country and come back and serve in country. So because of this, our students' knowledge will raise because uh, their teachers are trained from abroad, and uh, they get degrees, and they get further PhDs knowledge from the abroad. So that's why they will implement this knowledge in front of students. So everyone will get benefit, and I think this is a good way to raise the standard of our knowledge, standard of our quality of our education. Because of this, like, I think it's a good idea.
Okay. Now I am coming to the questions. Why do people need to travel every day?
I already told you the people want to explore the country. People want to meet different type of people, and this will give them a lot of experiences and lot of and sometimes people uh, want to like want to know about the culture of other nations, other societies. In my country, we have 4 provinces, and every province has different culture. So people want to explore and get experiences from there and meet different type of people and share their knowledge, share uh, exchange knowledge with them. So because of this, they uh, they know what are the practices and what are the facilities are providing in their areas, and how they then uh, these all sort of knowledge will help them to make some policies, make some decisions if uh, they they are the part of stakeholders, and if even they are not the part of stakeholders, then they build their opinion. They have some sort of arguments on it, what the things are doing right way and what the things are doing wrong way. So they make all type of arguments and disagreements.
All right. Do you think that in Pakistan that there is people are traveling more because of their profession or recreation?
Sorry, people are traveling.
Traveling for as a professional or as a being on recreation?
I think people are traveling because of recreation, not as much profession. Because people, uh, most of the people love to travel, and most of the people love to explore northern areas, because this is a blessing of our country. We have great uh, a mountain connected region, and hilly areas. So people go there and enjoy there and spend time with their families, and because they want to change their routines, which become burden and which become uh, a fixed pattern. So they want to change that pattern, and uh, they love to live uh, in northern areas and spend time there.
Okay. What problems can people have when they are on their daily journey, for example, work or school. Why is that?
A lot of problem people face when they go for work and when they go for school. One one of the biggest problem is traffic because we have a lot of traffic burden on the roads. Infrastructure of roads are not good. The roads are not widened and the roads are very narrow, so the traffic load is very high. So that's why. And the second most important problem which you really see in that the structure, the signal structure of my city is very uh, uh, horrifying because people don't follow the laws and people don't follow signals because they believe that if a policeman or if a warden uh, uh, grab us or catch us, then no issue. We will give him 500 or 1,000 rupees challan, and then we will move out. So that's why, because we don't have a lot of fines penalties for those people who violate, who breach some sort of signal. And the third point is we face multiple times VIP moments, which are very common in my country. During these moments are happen during office time and during work time. So we wait for uh, for half hours or hours for their protocols, for their VIP protocols. So these are issues which we are facing in my country.
Okay. Some people say, next question is then, some people say that daily journeys like these will not be so common in the future. Do you agree or disagree? The daily journeys will not be possible, will change. The mode of daily journey will change in future. Do you agree to that?
Yes, because we are facing a lot of problems. So that's why I think that government should maybe uh, restrict for personal vehicles, and they should ban because maybe there will be a proposal. Family should should keep one vehicle, uh, and they don't allow to keep to rare more than one vehicle. So the people will usually use metros. People will usually use bicycles and trams. So uh, after then, I think there will be a good positive initiatives which will help us and which will these are the solutions which will reduce the traffic burden on the roads, and the people reach their destination on time and they don't become late. So, and even they don't frustrated because once we stuck in a traffic, so we become frustrated, and then the whole day will destroy damage, and we will not focus on our work because of that uh, that traffic jam stress which we receive in early morning. So I think the productivity of the people will become high when we move when we prefer to go for on metro, on trains, rather we prefer to go on personal vehicles.
Do you think that people are feeling very impatient to be on their drones? So everybody should travel on drone. How far do you see this in future?
I think it is maybe take some time, like because there is very difficult to manage drone in the sky. Maybe on every day uh, we we had these type of news. Three drones are hit each other, and a lot of people are died because of drones are hit. Because we don't, I think it is very difficult because we don't have, and we are not seeing this type of mechanics in future 10 to 15 years, because we don't have navigation system for everyone. So this is a debate, and maybe this will be possible after 100 years, but right now in the near future it will not be possible.
So no chance for me to be your drone.
No, no chance for you.
All right, all right, all right. Um, so the benefits of international travel. So do you see that there are any benefits to travel to different countries?
Yes, it is very important. If a person is go for international travel, then he adopt lot of their society's norms, their culture, their tradition, their practices, which they are receiving from their governments, and uh, their values. So when they come in our country, they tell everyone how they live and how they are presenting themselves in every matter. So I think uh, uh, this is very benefit if the people go outside and they exchange their norms and values. Then definitely we adopt those positive norms which they are uh, which the Westerns are adopting and Western are doing. So I think this will help a lot of uh, society and community.
All right. Now, do you think that the people can learn from traveling to other countries?
Yes, a lot of learning people do when they travel out of countries. Like I already told you, they adopt their culture, they adopt their values, they adopt they follow their uh, respect which they do for laws, and to follow for laws, and their like calculations, and they are very fair people. So even then they because they fear from the punishment, so they learn a lot. So when they come in their home countries, so they believe that they follow their traditions which they have seen. So that's why uh, they they add some values in our society, and the positive values, they add some positive value in our society, and due to these things the society will slowly change.
All right. So now next question in this regard is, one question has come to my mind. You told me that you traveled to a country in your life. How many countries have you visited so far?
I visited many countries, like I visited Dubai, I visited Egypt, I visited Saudi Arabia,
Mhm.
and I visited Turkey, I visited yes, these 4 5 countries which I visited in my uh, whole life.
So, will you share with us the pleasant moments and unpleasant moments during your visit to other countries?
Yes, first I tell you about the pleasant moments which I feel when I visited in abroad, like when I went to Turkey. So their environment was very decent, and we enjoyed a lot, and their cuisine and their everything, their hospitality, the local people hospitality, and all things were very great, and we became very happy because of uh, their hospitality which they gave us. And then some sort of unpleasant moments which I faced in Saudi Arabia. when, because on the same trip, first we our flight was connected, and first we went to Saudi Arabia and we stayed there 1 hour. After then we started our journey from Saudi to Istanbul, and it took around 2 hour traveling, and we stayed in Turkey 7 to 10 days, and then we came back to Saudi, and we spent 7 days in Saudi Arabia as well, and then we came back to Pakistan. The first time when we went to Saudi Arabia, we went a different lounge for waiting for our flight, and mistakenly we were sit there. Immediately I realized the flight time's up, and I rushed to the counter, and then the Saudi who was dealing with me were very become very aggressive, and he treated me very badly, and he became shouted, and so I tried to explain my problem, but he did not want to listen me. So that was very embarrassing moment for me, because I believe that its place is holy place. So why they are treating, why his language or his tongue uh, was not polite and was not giving uh, not appropriate. So I went to, because I hardly reached to my flight, so I rush again from that counter, and uh, I ran, and even we ran. My wife is also with me, so we ran, and we hardly reached to plane.
Mm.
So that was very difficult, and very because of the mood was very disturbed because of his behavior which he did with me. So
Mm.
it was very unpleasant moment which I faced.
Okay, all right. Nice that people are working on the airport and while dealing the foreigners, so they should have polite manners. Okay, this is very important because they are representing the culture of the countries, and of course, in Saudi, there are good people as well. And the people who are behaving very uncivilized, they are not actually representing their own culture. Okay, they are bringing a bad name to their cultures. So these are individual cases. Mostly people I have seen on airports, so they are very cooperative, as you say, in Istanbul and in some other countries as well. And they are polite, and but in some cases, unpleasant moments are also there. We can't say it is there. Okay, so now I'm sorry for this unpleasant situation. Anyway, that becomes also memorable. The unpleasant moments also become memorable, and you just managed to catch the flight. Okay, so that was adventure.
Yes.
You caught the missing
Mhm.
flight. Okay, now this is that I see this last question that is in this. Do you think a society can benefit if its members have experience of traveling to other countries? Yes, I have. I think I've discussed. Okay, so say once again something about it.
Yes, society become very get very benefit from the people who visited abroad and who traveled internationally. So they get a lot of experiences. They get benefit like the norms of societies, values which we have, and the beliefs which we have. Maybe we are not uh, think appropriately, and we don't follow those things which the western are following, and we are not following laws. We don't respect to law, and we don't even believe, and we don't know about our rights, and we don't know to invest on the educations, and we don't know we have to uh, spend a lot of time to our children. So these things, like if we see the Western, they invest a lot on their children for education, and they always in learning phase. Even the learning is not linked with their jobs and their degrees and their education, and they just learn, and they are very habitual to read books. So that's why we don't follow these type of norms, and we waste a lot of times, and we involve lots of dramas, we watch dramas, and we spoil a lot of time to do for non-productive things. So we don't think about our future, where we will stand. Like we nowadays we are facing a lot of inflation, and if the situation, this situation will persist for a long period of time, then I think it will be very difficult for us to survive, and everyone will kill to other and to snatch things from others. So this will create a lot of disturbance in the country. So I think we have to follow those directions of people who live in abroad and who come from abroad. So I think we need to focus, and we have to raise our standards, and we have to invest more on education, and we have to earn more. We have to find a lot of other opportunities which are available in everywhere, but we are not willing to get benefit from these opportunities. So I think well, this is benefit when the people go outside, and we learn a lot of things from them.
Okay, now we have, you see, this is a section that somebody is giving a speech. You can see it's a short speech, and I wish you read it. Your reading should be good, and this is a civilized kind of speech. Very often, it's continuous speech, you can say. So this is,
Okay.
it will also help you in understanding because this is related to listening, and I wish that you should be familiar with this as well. It will also help you in speaking as well. So
Okay.
one, two, three, start reading this. Let me highlight all this. You should also know that how far you have to read. It will take about a few minutes. Mm, okay, yeah, here we are. A few more lines. Now, one, two, three, go.
Good afternoon, everyone. Well, with some of you about to go out on field work, it's timely that in this afternoon session, I will be sharing some ideas about the reasons why groups of whales and dolphins sometimes swim ashore from the sea right onto the beach, and the most often die in what are known as mass strandings.
Mass planning.
Unfor-
I tell you, we gave you a briefing about this. This is something information about sometimes it happens that whales or dolphins, and they are, you see, going swimming in a group, and it sometimes it happens that the whole group or most of the members of the group blindly they come onto the shallow water or on the shore, and because they are heavy and they cannot go back to the deep water on their own, and they are left there and ultimately they die. So this is the problem with the fish. That the fish in group they are coming. You see, they call stranding, mass stranding. That the fish in group they come onto the shore and they die there while swimming. Okay, so this is the in this you see some informations are being given that why this happens. Three theories are about this. That one is that they have poor eyesight, or other is that they have perhaps there some leader is a sick, and that is why, like you see, bus driver. Okay, he can if he is not feeling very well, something wrong can go happen. So leader of the fish, if it is not, you see, healthy one, so the whole group may, you see, meet some ultimate difficulty. And some other theories, so we can, you see, I forgot some of that. Once again. So master standing is that the fish in greater number in group, they come onto the shore, shallow water, and they cannot go back and they die there. And why it happens so? So this is all about this. So unfortunately, so over to you.
Unfortunately, this type of event is a frequent occurrence in some of the location that you'll be traveling to, where sometime the tide goes out suddenly, confusing the animal. However, there are many other theories about the causes of mass strandings.
Standing. One is that the fish are going and you see tide, this huge tide, it pushes them onto the ground. And suddenly the tide goes back and fishes are left there. Okay, this is one theory.
Okay. Okay. The first is that the behavior is linked to the
Parasites.
parasites. It's often found that the standards animals were infested with large number of parasites. For instance, a type of worm is commonly found in the air of dead whales, since marine animals rarely rely heavily on their hearing to negative. This type of infestation has the potential to be
Navigate. This is navigate.
navigate. This type of infestation has the potential to be very harmful. Although theory is related to toxins, poisons, and the theory is related to toxin and poisons, these have also been found to contribute to the death of many marine animals. Many toxins, as I am sure you are aware, originate from plants or animals. The whale ingests this toxin in its normal feeding behavior, but whether these poisons directly or indirectly lead to stranding and death seems to depend upon the toxic involved.
Mm.
In 1988, for example, 14 humpback whales examined after stranding along the beaches of Cape Cod were found to have been poisoned after eating tuna that contained sex, toxin,
Mm.
toxin, the same toxin that can be fatal in humans.
Mm.
Alternately, it has also been suggested that some animals strand accidentally by following their their prey ashore in the confusion of the chase. In 1995, David Thorstrom monitored pilot whales that beached after following squid ashore. However, this idea does not seem to hold true for the majority of mass stranding because examination of the animal's stomach contain revealed that most had not been feeding as the standard.
Mm.
There are also some new theories which links strandings to humans. A growing concern is that loud noises in the oceans cause stranding. Noises such as those caused by military exercises are of particular concern and have been pinpointed as the cause of some strandings of late.
Mm.
One of these, a mass stranding of whales 2000 in the Bahamas, coincided
Coincided.
coincided closely with the experiment using a new submarine detection system. There were several factors that made this stranding stand out as different from previous stranding. This led researchers to look for a new case. For one, all the stranded animals were healthy. In additionally, the animal was spread out along 38 kilometers of coast. whereas it is more common for the animals to be found in a group when mass stranding occur. A final theory is related to group behavior as suggests that the sea mammals cannot distinguish between sick and healthy leaders and will follow sick leaders, even to an inevitable death. This is particularly interesting theory since the whales that are thought to be most social, the toothed whales, are the group that stranded the most frequently.
Okay, a few more lines.
The theory is also supported by evidence from a dolphin stranding in
Let me think. All right.
1994 examination of the death animal revealed that apart from the leader, all other had been healthy at the time of their death. Without one consistent theory, however, it is very hard for us to do anything about this phenomena except to assist animal where and when we can. Stranding network have been established around the world to aid in rescuing animals and collecting samples from those that could not be helped. I recommend John Connor's Marine Mammals Ashore as an excellent starting point if you are interested in finding out more about these networks or establishing on yourself.
Okay, so this was the extract was the what I should say script of the audio that sometimes it's given in the test. So good
Okay.
reading and very informative as well. Hope you liked it. And now the class is getting, I think, more than an hour long. So will you be
Okay.
available tomorrow as well?
Yes, I will get class
Okay.
tomorrow as well.
Now I beg leave of you, and at the same time, please you very well sleeping and get ready to see quite fresh in the morning as well for your job.
Inshallah.
Okay, dear. Have a nice time.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Stay
Thank
blessed.
you.
Take care.
Okay, sir. Okay, Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.